Hello and welcome to Big Scott 35. Today we'll be looking at another CSG return, 50 card return instead of 51. As I said in last week's video, this one was actually entered almost a full month before the last one, and still don't know what happened. I have an idea, but don't really know. And let's get on with it. First is my buddy Ryan. Again, some beautiful cards. This one here is just fantastic. Really, as a Cowboy fan, just beautiful card. 7.5. Jason Witten, 2008. Not a great grade, but just the card itself, just beautiful. Very nice card. Little jelly on that one. That one is as a Cowboy fan, just really love that one. Next is the Holiday Fernando Tatis 8. Now with this one, if you're familiar with the Holiday with these snowflakes and everything, a couple of things. They just don't grade well. There's a lot of centering issues with them. Those snowflakes scratch and everything else. So 8, not what you're looking for, but still it's a tough graded card from experience. Next one here is a Anthony Edwards 2021 Panini Prism. As you can see, it's off center, left to right, top to bottom. When these newer cards, whatever you want to call them, they get lower grades, I tend to look them over before I show them, so I have an idea why. Especially if it's somebody else's. I just like to get stuff graded for my collection, and I use CSG for my personal. But I've seen more and more CSG out there being sold, so I'm hoping they're starts being a viable resale. 2017 18 Donruss Optic, Jason Tatum, 9. I think it's a little off center, left to right, maybe even top to bottom too, but not much. Very nice card. Next is Bowman, Fernando Tatis Jr., just a prospect card, chrome, 9. And this year, this 2019, I've said it before in other videos, the border on it just seems not to be the greatest for grading. This looks like it's just a little off center from top to bottom as well. So 9s is kind of tough to see what the problem is. You can hold a 9 and a 10. Many people have said it. Side by side, tough to see. F1 series, Lewis Hamilton, Sapphire, 9. Beautiful card here. Another one I really like, Ezekiel Elliott. I think he's got a good color run in this stack, 9. Always I try to show them in descending order, or not descending order, upward order, whatever you want to call it. Where the lowest cards first, and if you hear a lot of banging, that's my upstairs neighbors moving furniture every day. 2021 Sydney Crosby. This is I have to question some of these how they do this, how they describe them, because this should be NHL Shield. I'll have to get with Ryan to see if he wants me to see if they'll put that on there, because I have one as well. But I probably just won't send it back. It's my PC, so I'm not really worried about it. So they did this one right. Black Rainbow, 9. These Black Rainbows do pretty well on the secondary market. Sydney Crosby. I have the Ovechkin. Let's see, red, white. Well, this is just called red. Panini Select Dak Prescott, 9.5. And with CSG, 9.5 and a 10, you're splitting hairs. So 9.5, very good. This one here, I really like this card. This is called Tie-Dye, 9.5, 2020. It's numbered out of 25, if I can get that to be seen on here. I know it's tough with this plastic. 11 of 25. Just beautiful card. Congratulations on that one, Ryan. Next one is 2013-14 Prism Hockey. Sydney Crosby. I don't know. I think this might be the first year Prism did hockey, and maybe their last. But this is a nice card, 9.5. Very good. Very good, Ryan. Congratulations. Another F1. Lewis Hamilton, 9.5. I guess Lewis Hamilton's good. I have no idea. Sorry about that. I should have turned that off. There is a hot topic on one of my group chats this morning. It's very interesting. 2021 Upper Deck Metal Universe, Sidney Crosby, 10. These Metal Universes are impossible. I get a 10. Congratulations. I know I've had a tough time with them, so very nice on that one. 10 on the Dazzlers, Sidney Crosby. And like I said last time, Ryan, he gets where he starts picking up like one guy. He gets very focused for a time. Mika Parsons, 10. Mosaic. And again, any Panini prismatic cards. This is the hollow. It does say silver on it. 10. You get 10s, centering, always an issue with their cards. And we're going to have a nice little run of 10s here. Got the green, 10. I don't think that's numbered. It's not. I think that's just a retail exclusive. Then he has the reactive yellow for Ezekiel. Prism, not numbered. Another F1, Lewis Hamilton, Sapphire. And last one for Ryan, Lewis Hamilton, Sapphire, 10. So congratulations, Ryan, on I would say, above par with CSG return. With the 9.5, you might have got 50-50. Mints, gem mints, I should say, or mint plus. I think with what we're looking for, that's about right. You know, a couple of letdowns in there. I think we would want something better on that Jason Witten, but it's a beautiful card nonetheless, and a beautiful holder. So next is going to be mine. This one here, I just got it graded just to show how bad for a higher end. I don't say this is a high end, but middle to high end hockey. We waited forever for this release. Everybody's excited for it. And for quality control to be this bad on this insert, this net deposit, Austin Matthews. I have an Ovechkin that was a 6. I did not think this was going to be a 3, but part of the net, I think this is the card that held up everything. I think this is the one they probably set off to the side and said, what the heck? It's a newer card. Just came out, and that is just so bad. Maybe I'm stupid for paying $15 to get it graded or whatever. But I love Austin Matthews. You know, I just very, very disappointed in upper. I love Upper Deck, Skybox, the metal. You know, really bad. Here's another metal that just graded poorly, and I don't know really why. It looked very good. On the back, there's a little whiting on a corner, but 7.5 on a Connor McDavid retro. And I just see a little whiting up there, but man, 7.5. And I know, you know, metal, you know, it's got a foil finish. So I know they get beat up pretty bad, but wow. I mean, here we go. I got an 85 Doc Gooden 620. Those back pages, wallet card, 7.5. And this is from 1985, and I got a 7.5. When I picked this up, I knew it looked very good. I wanted it to replace what I have. So 7.5. Another letdown for me was a Cedric Mullets High Tech. Now, these High Techs, they either grade great or they just have, you know, there's just so much going on in them that it's just hard to pick up. But I got 8.5 on that one. A little bit of a letdown on that. Cedric Mullins rookie card. One of the great young players on Baltimore I'm excited about. Here we go. Chipper Jones 9 in the 91 Upper Deck. One of an iconic card, I would say. Maybe not as iconic as others, but, you know, I would, you know, for Hall of Famer, must have in a collection. 9. And I have that a couple times, so that'll upgrade the one that I have. Talent Pipeline. Only one of these is still with the Mets, Nemo, but Dunn, Rosario, and Nemo in the Talent Pipeline, the green. I think it's out of 99. So got a 9 on that one. Beautiful card. Cromartie, 9. That's a Cromartie. Cronenworth, sorry. Early in the morning for me. 2021. Big League. You notice I get most of his. I'm a Cromartie fan, and I was Soto going to Padres. I'm starting to pull for them a little bit out there. Until they get to play the Mets. So Bowman Pete Alonso in an 8. A little disappointing. I think it might be off a little top to bottom, but not terrible. Little disappointing on that. You know, you don't want an 8 on anything new. This is the Bowman Platinum Ice, 9.5. Pete. And on my last video, we're going to hit some Pete's on here because would love to get pretty much as many of his rookie cards as I can graded. This is the Power Producers Bowman's Best, 9.5. The Sepia on the Top Stadium Club, 9.5. Rookie. Not a Pete Alonso. Ryan Mountcastle rookie, pink refractor, 9. Another young player for the Orioles. This gentleman just got traded to the Astros a couple weeks ago at the trade deadline. Trey Mancini, first Bowman Chrome, and a 9. I'm going to pull for him. I like Verlander because he's a Virginia guy. I'm happy that Mancini has a chance for a World Series. It just sucks it's with the Astros. I'm not an Astros hater by any means, and if they get there, I'll root for them. Just depends on who they're playing. Love this card. DeGrom, Gold Refractor, 9. This was numbered out of 50. I forget who I bought this from. Can't remember if I got it from Mike or just somewhere on eBay, but it wasn't too bad of a pickup. DeGrom stuff doesn't break the bank for as good as he is, especially him getting hurt for a year. This one is my mislabeled one. Panini Chronicles Playoff, number 1 Pete Alonso. This should be gold. It's numbered out of 199. And I know I labeled it that because I showed you last week the base of this. But I'll probably just hang on to it and have it in my spreadsheet that I have it. And at a 9, I'm not putting it in any registry or anything. If it was a registry thing, I would have to send it back. This one, pleasantly surprised. These cards are so hard to keep clean. I used to not, as a youngster, I used to just keep them raw, and I mean no plastic, nothing, and only put my the cards I really, really like in books. That's how I kept them safe. But cards like this kind of just went into a box. So I'm really excited to get a 9 on this. Awesome. And I have a bunch of these from my childhood. I've also opened a lot of these packs over the years. And, as I gotten older and more in the community, finding out how to better protect things. Because like I said, for the longest time, it was just me. Didn't know there was a whole community out there, people to point me in the right direction. So love to learn that stuff. And this is pulled. I do open football every once in a while. 2011 Panini score, hot rookies, DeMarco Murray. So I love my Cowboys. I'll open up some. I opened up some Chronicles last week. I'll show off one of my hits in that. Just a blaster. I'll pick up a blaster every once in a while. As long as I feel like I got plenty representation of what's already out there in baseball. Well, I do that. Heath Miller, and it depends if there's nothing else on the shelf. Topps Total, Heath Miller, rookie card. He's from Virginia, played at UVA. Right there. Very happy to get that in my collection. I have a few other of his rookie cards. Next is a CD Lamb blue die cut. Did not think I was seeing this. See, this is the opposite. I was not thinking highly of this. I held this back from getting graded for the longest time because I just didn't think it was a very good copy, right? So with $12, I went ahead. I put it all to the side when it's 8. I'll definitely get it graded. But with 12, I was like, oh, let me get it graded now before he went up to 15, and I got a 9. So I'm very happy with that. Die cuts, are just famously do not grade well. There's potential damage on the weird corners and everything. I mean, this is not a crazy die cut by any means. It just didn't look very good to the eye. So very happy with a 9. Is it over? I don't know. Maybe I would say it's overgraded, but that's just me. I can't really point out anything why I think that. It's just I think that. Michael Gallup, rookie, Rookies and Stars 2018, 9. Now I think I purchased this at a show out of a box or something. So this one, very happy with. I picked this up on eBay. Bobbles in our group chat and a couple other people were always talking about these precious metal games, and I opened a ton of metal, and I did not hit any. I believe this was a hobby exclusive. Only way you can get them was in hobby. I did not open any hobby, so I bought this online. One of my favorite caps, John Carlson, and I went ahead and got it graded because it's my first precious metal gems that I have. Very excited. You know, it's an all-star team one. I love John Carlson and just very happy to have this in my collection. And I kind of keep an eye out. There were some at the show. I just had my just looking for other stuff. So maybe when I go to Chantilly, I'll look for more of those for the caps. Or one of my favorite players, but I'm sure Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, and those, they're going to be some of the big players, probably be really, really expensive. So this one, again, I did not think I think this is overgraded. Now, I actually can show you why. 10 on the Jimi Hendrix flashbacks, news flashbacks, 2015 Heritage. And I just don't think the top there is 10 worthy, according to CSG, right? I thought this was a 9.5 at best, or a 9. But I'll take it. I mean, it's my PC. I love Jimi Hendrix. So, very, very good. This one here is one of my favorite female wrestlers. 10. I don't have her rookie per se. Number 1, 2013. But I know this is darn close. I don't think they made any cards of her when she was on the indie circuit. So AJ Lee, maybe not the best ring performer, but she played a very good, had a very good persona of a crazy, crazy chick. It was just really good. And she knew how to work the crowd and all that. So very, very, and also very nice looking woman. So there you have it. Mrs. CM Punk. Jeff McNeil, Sapphire, who's having a great season, 10. My letdown for the Mariners, but I still have high hopes for him. Kellenic, Bowman's Best, Top Prospects. See, this one says red refractor, and I know it's not a red refractor. It is just not. I just noticed that. So 3 labeled. I know they're probably, because I had to call them to find out where it was, and I couldn't get an answer. So I think there was a panic. Maybe it is. There's some red down at the bottom, but I think red refractors would be numbered, right? And this one's clearly not. So I don't know what that's about. It doesn't even say refractor on the back. CSG this one kind of dropped the ball. This one here, this is a very good card. I hope you can see the motion. 2021 Topps on Demand 3D Rookie Class Motion. Now, this isn't the one that everybody looks for. And I mean, it's Jake Cronenworth, so it's just me looking for it to begin with, and his parents. But, you know, I like those. Got a 10. I forget where I got that one from. Probably Mike or one of his sales. Something that's been in my collection since 2010. Carlos Carrasco, rookie. He's with the Mets now, so I like with Mets players. If I have their rookie first Bowmans, I like to get them graded. and have in my collection, and kind of keep them in my Mets collection. Even like JD Davis got traded, but I have his rookie. I have an auto of him. I kind of keep them as nostalgic of when they played with the Mets. So this is, I think I showed one of these last week, so I don't need to get another one of these. I think this is my second 10. Tyler McGill, 10, rookie card. And then another Met when he was with the A's. Mark Canha, 10. 2015 Topps update. And last but not least, of course, we're going to finish with the Polar Bear Pete Alonso Gold. The one everybody's clamoring for. I know this is going to be the $5,000 card here. The Big League Gold, number 20, Pete Alonso. So that's a 10 right there, and we'll finish it on that. That's 50 cards of CSG goodness. They kind of dropped the ball on this one a little bit. Might have to get in contact. I don't know. My PC ones, I probably just leave. Very disappointing in getting that wrong on the flips, especially when I know how I label them when I send them in. I'm very I make sure when I'm sending cards to somebody, they're labeled with all the information needed. So until next time, like, share, tell a friend, let me know, how you're grading, what you liked in this order. Please leave a comment, discussion. Love to have discussions on why I do CSG or opposed to, I also use SGC and PSA. It just depends on what I'm grading and why I'm grading it. Any questions on that or having a discussion or,